In 1982, a group of educators decided to do something about the abuse and neglect in the lives of children they saw every day. They voiced their concerns to various community agencies, the result of which was a conference attended by 600 people. Participants affirmed the need to work together to prevent child maltreatment. The name Pebble Project was chosen because each person's effort, like a pebble tossed in a stream, sends ripples through the community and into the future. Pebble Project evolved from an organization of volunteer task forces to an independent nonprofit agency that merged with Communities in Schools Central Texas Incorporated in 1993. Pebble programs have changed through the years, reflecting the changes in our community's awareness about child abuse and its resolve to create services to better protect children. Pebble Project is proud of its unique role working with others to find solutions to reduce child abuse and neglect. We continue to sponsor proven programs and develop new ones. Let's work toward a community that is safe for all its members, strong enough to provide effective support for victims of abuse and neglect, and free of the cycles that allow children to be abused.
The Pebble Project creates awareness in children about safety, and it eliminates fear for children.
It's an incredibly important service that's offered in the community, and thousands of kids every year get to gain those skills so that they can become successful in the classroom and in life.
I love how the program empowers kids to recognize situations that are bad for them or could turn dangerous for them. And I like that the program empowers kids to recognize that and then takes it a step farther to help them come up with ideas in their own words on what they can do to get out of a situation like that.
In the bully role play, a child's lunch money is being taken away by another child. The students are then given the opportunity to help their friends say no to the bully.
No.
What do you mean, no? We had a deal.
The deal's off.
What do you mean the deal's off?
The deal's off. She doesn't have the right to take my lunch money, does she?
No.
In the stranger role play, a child is approached by a stranger on his way home from school. The students are then taught several different self-defense techniques, stranger rules, and a safety yell.
What about someone who lives down the street or maybe on the next block, and you may have seen them a few times and maybe you've even waved hello once or twice, but your parents don't know them and you've never been into their home? Are they strangers?
Yes.
Does that mean they're bad people?
No.
No, it just means that you don't know a lot about them.
All of these scary issues are brought up so masterfully that the children get the message, but I don't feel they're scared in any way. I feel like they're really given tools. It is so meaningful and so empowering for every child to see that. You can't have your child miss it.
They did such a great job of appropriately fielding the students' questions, of age-appropriately presenting information, and really making it engaging because it was skits, and the kids got to be part of the questions and answers and got to be part of the acting team, and they were very much engaged. And in fact, this is true. Pebble Project has great evaluation data that says that not only do the students learn how to avoid becoming the victim of some kind of violence, they also retain the information because we do follow-up studies that show that the students still have this knowledge that they didn't have before. The fantastic effect of that is that we know anecdotally that a number of students have avoided becoming the victim of abuse, and that means that they have not started a spiral of need for the rest of their life where they're dealing with the emotional scarring that would have occurred. We have healthy, happy kids who don't need counseling later on, who are able to function very well in the classroom and in the community. So Pebble Project really provides great quality services that have a very, very long-lasting effect because those students never are in a position where they've become the victim of some kind of harm.
I received a copy of an email written by an elementary school counselor here in Austin. And she tells the story of a third grader who was walking to school from home when a man walked up behind her, attempted to grab her. The counselor noted that this little girl had participated in a Pebble Project presentation the month before. And we know that in those presentations, one of the things that's stressed is if someone grabs you, you should kick, punch, scream, and run to tell someone.
In the uncle role play, a child's uncle solicits a romantic kiss from the child. We then process the play and have the students identify trusted adults that they could tell if something like this ever happened to one of them. But sometimes even the adults that kids love and trust the most can also take away their special rights.
Our girls who made the outcries had no one that they could talk to about what had happened to them. They didn't know how to make those outcries until Pebble Project gave them the words and the courage to make those outcries. Another case I can think of is another girl who she didn't know what to do until Pebble Project stepped in. We knew something was going on, but she made an outcry. This child is happy again. She's learned how to cope. She knows, hey, this is not okay, but she's been given the courage to protect herself. And we make follow-up visits with her. She smiles. She's got a twinkle in her eye that she didn't have at the beginning of the school year. In Pebble Project, I truly believe, if it wasn't for that, we could have lost her.
I can think of a student a couple of years ago who was in a 5th grade classroom, and the Pebble Project presenters came in, and was the first time she had been exposed to that presentation. And after the presentation, the presenters invited kids out to share anything that they might have heard that they connected with or were concerned about. And the student had the courage to step into the hallway and share with the Pebble Project presenter some abuse that was going on in her life, in her family. And that was the first time she ever had the courage to say that out loud to someone. Out of that disclosure, the perpetrator was arrested, and the family was really able to end that cycle of abuse that had been going on for a while with a number of family members because of the presentation that the little girl witnessed, but also because of her courage for stepping forward.
In middle school presentations, the kids are shown a video, and through an evaluation, they can request to talk with a Pebble Project caseworker who can provide follow-up counseling if the child has or is currently experiencing an abusive situation.
Well, I think it's important to acknowledge that our community is growing. I mean, the AISD alone has grown by almost 10% in the last few years. And if this project doesn't grow apace with that, then there are a lot of students that aren't going to get served. As it is, we're not able to meet the demand. So it would be fabulous if the Pebble Project could expand to be able to better meet the need. Everything that's being done is the best quality, and we want to make sure that more kids get to be exposed to the knowledge that they need to be happy and healthy.
The Pebble Project is an essential prevention and educational program. They are Austin's only large provider of prevention, primary prevention, substance abuse services. Over the years, the Pebble Project has consistently provided a positive return on the city's investment. So I would say to Pebble, continue to actively listen and respond to the issues, concerns, challenges of your constituency, the elementary school teachers, the counselors, the parents, the funders, and your own organization, communities and schools.
My vision for the Pebble Project would be that all children in Austin and the surrounding areas hear this program at least one time in their elementary school years.
My wish for the Pebble Project would just be able to grow deeper in their services so that we could reach more kids.
All the evaluations and the follow-ups that we do, we always ask, what could Pebble Project do to better their programming? And they always say more staff. We want Pebble Project out here longer. We need them to be here more than one day. And we cannot do that at this point. So it is my hope, and it's a vision that our project shares, that we are able to grow so that we can meet the need that we see in Austin. And it's been interesting to see the changes in the schools, in the district, in the city every year that we go back to schools. We see the target population changing. We see the increase in student population. We see the turnover of teachers. We see all of that. We see it firsthand because we visit them almost every year. And with that, we also see the different trends in abuse and the different ways that kids are being affected by it. It's changing. Abuse is changing. There are more ways to target children. There are more ways for children to have their rights taken away. We need to add to the skills that we already present to children. We need to give them more tools to be able to survive and do well in schools and in life.
Yes, you might call it more work, but it was productive, positive work that potentially changed the lives of a child. And that's what it's all about. That's what we're in this business to do, is to change the life of a child. And if Pebble Project isn't out there to help these children, I can't do it by myself. We're in this together. And together we can make a difference in the lives of these kids.